evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please stand for the flag salute. Remain standing for prayer. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bless us, Lord, as we gather today for this freeholder meeting. Guide our minds and hearts so we may work together for the good of our community. Help us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in the face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Amen.
In compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, this is to announce adequate notice of this meeting has been provided. Also pursuant to the 2019 bylaws, rules, and regulations of the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Burlington, time shall be set aside on the agenda for receipt of public comment. Public comment will be received with respect to agenda items prior to the board consideration of resolutions to be adopted. An additional opportunity for public comment will occur later in the meeting. Public comment shall be limited to 5 minutes per speaker. Unused time may not be transferred to another speaker. Persons may speak once per public comment period. I direct the Deputy Clerk to enter into the minutes of this meeting, this public announcement, and the advance written notice of this meeting. Freeholder Hobson? Here. Freeholder O'Connell?
Here.
Freeholder Singh?
Here.
Freeholder Tiber is absent, and Director Pullian?
Here. This time I'll be looking for a motion for the approval of minutes of the regular meeting of May 8th, 2019, and the conference meeting of May 8th, 2019.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it. Now we move on to our recognitions for the night. At this time, we will be giving a proclamation to recognize National Gun Violence Awareness Day on June 7, 2019. I would like to invite up Linda and Tom Delaney, Linda Foreman, and Mary Sobchik, who represent the South Jersey chapter of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense, to receive the proclamation. You gotta come up here.
You gotta go back.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Enter through the big gate. There you go.
We'll put you in
Sounds
the middle.
good. Sounds
Put you in the
good.
middle.
Talk about born among the roses. I want to present a proclamation. The first Friday of June is known as National Gun Violence Awareness Day. Whereas no American should fear for their lives or be victimized by gun violence. All Americans deserve a safe environment where they thrive without fear. Whereas public safety in the community is the Freeholder Board's highest responsibility. And whereas every life lost due to violence, whether a child or adult, whether law enforcement or citizen, is a tragedy. Whereas the South Jersey chapter of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense is a chapter of the National Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America organization. This organization is a grassroots movement of Americans fighting for public safety measures that can protect people from gun violence. Moms demand action campaigns for new and stronger solutions to gun laws, and whereas this proclamation declares June 7th, 2019 to be National Gun Violence Awareness Day in Burlington County to honor and remember all victims and survivors of gun violence. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Chosen Freeholders, the County of Burlington hereby proclaims June 7, 2019 is Gun Violence Awareness Day in Burlington County, and encourage all residents to wear the color orange and join together to help raise awareness about gun violence.
Thank you.
That's it? Okay. Yeah. Open up and get a little picture.
Yes. Yeah, we gotta get a picture. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for
Thank you so much.
If you have another recognition for food allergy awareness will be recognized in the week of May 12th through the 18th, 2019 as Food Allergy Awareness Week. I would like to invite up Lisa Rosenberg from the Safe and Included LLC Food Allergy Counseling and Consulting to receive this proclamation. Yeah, bring him up.
Hello. So I'm not going to read all the whereases. Whereas Food Allergy Awareness Week was established as a national week of encouraging food allergy awareness and supporting those who are impacted by food allergies and anaphylaxis, and whereas as many 15 million Americans have food allergies, nearly 6 million are children under the age of 18, and the prevalence of food allergies appears to be increasing among children under the age of 18, which is 2 students in every classroom. Whereas Lisa B. Rosenberg through the Safe and Included LLC Food Allergy and Counseling Consulting works to educate, advocate, and raise awareness for all individuals and families affected by food allergies and life-threatening anaphylaxis. Now, therefore be it resolved that the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Burlington hereby proclaims May 12th through the 18th as Food Allergy Awareness Week in the County of Burlington. Thank you so much for being here.
She wants the gavel. Did you want to say anything?
I mean, I appreciate the efforts of Burlington County and schools and community, agencies, and it's really important to make sure that we, as food allergic individuals are included in life and not just kind of pushed to the side. And really, it's a unfortunately growing epidemic. So, the more we see it, the more we're able to learn about it and hopefully find a cure. And we found that it's easy to include, by little changes. So I appreciate all of the recognition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next recognition, 4th grade Taunton Forge Elementary School, New Jersey, a national cyberbullying poster contest winner. I'm now going to turn this over to Freeholder O'Connell to present the certificate.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. Could I ask Kelly Webster and Oliver Jones to join me in the front of the room, please? Good evening, everybody. Tonight we're recognizing a 4th grade student from Taunton Forge Elementary School in Medford. As part of an anti-bullying program created by guidance counselor Kelly Webster, Oliver Jones designed a poster about anti-cyberbullying that won a state and national competition. He's holding it right now for those of you in the front that can see it. Oliver won the New Jersey Cybersecurity and Communications Integration Cell poster contest, which is a division of the New Jersey Division of Homeland Security and Preparedness. He also went on to win the National Cybersecurity Poster Contest. Congratulations, Oliver. We support your message and encourage everyone to be kind online. Sure, you're welcome. I think some people want to take your picture. Thank you.
Before Albert goes, could I just?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say something.
Come on, step right up.
Come on, Albert.
Let everybody see you.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to bid you a good evening. My name is Dr. Joe Del Rossi. I'm the proud superintendent of the Medford Township Public Schools. I want to thank the Freeholders for recognizing one of our all-stars this evening. It doesn't surprise us because in 1718, I'm sure you're aware that the Taunton Ford School is the #1 school in Burlington County. And again, one of the all-stars. We don't know where we're going to be for 18-19 because those results have not been out yet. But we're very, very proud of them. I want to thank Kelly Webster for all of her hard work with all of our fourth graders. And thank you for the job that you do for the county. All right? Thank you very much.
Oliver, would you like to say anything to somebody about the poster? I'll hold it this time.
Basically, I got my idea from when I got home from school. I just thought of having fish in the ocean, and that when you put things out, it's hard to get them back, and but it could turn up later on when you don't want it to.
Absolutely. Good advice, Oliver. You're a wise guy for a fourth grader.
Okay, now we're going to move on to the public comment on the agenda items only. At this point in the meeting, public comment is limited to items on tonight's agenda. Anyone who wishes to speak on any other topic will have a chance at the public comment section later in the meeting. Please note that this is public comment and your opportunity to provide us with input and feedback. It's not a question and answer forum. Each speaker may only come up once per public comment portion. Do we have any public comments on agenda items? The first one I have is Peter Sabbath. Is that pretty close?
Hi, Peter Sabacco, 47 Applegate Road, Jobestown, New Jersey. Councilman in Springfield. Item number 13 caught my attention. The Freeholders plan to spend over $250,000 for a temporary fix. I'm concerned that the useful life of the landfill could be extended and that this will be able to reduce odor problems and ensure that the groundwater pollution will not be further damaged. And I want to make the Freeholders aware of environmental issues. Sometimes when we approve grants like this to get things done, we want to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we'll have the assurances of the Freeholders that this will hopefully extend the life of the landfill and do the Freeholders know when the landfill will no longer be useful at the present rate. We're all aware of the surplus of recyclables, that this may discourage people from recycling, which may cause more trash be brought to the landfills. So that is my concern, that the landfill's use continues and that the pollution, such as the groundwater and odor, is abated. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Karen Tillman. Karen Tillman. Okay. Linda and Tom Delaney. Okay. Linda Foreman.
That's me, I'm done.
Oh, you're done? Okay, all right. Lewis. Good evening.
Good evening, the Freeholder. I hope you have a wonderful day. Got a question for number 4, 16 and 20.
You said J4?
Yeah, J4, J16 and J20.
J16 and J20. This is the money given to the school for security upgrades on J4,
Okay.
okay? Is Charlotte here? Charlotte, I'm sorry. Charlotte, it's authorization of issuance and advertisement. First New Jersey programs and services.
For youth, it'll be for youth programs. So there'll be an RFP for youth programs through the workforce development services for job training.
Okay. And for the last agenda item?
Yeah, and J20, I think that's if I'm not mistaken, that's a software program that's going to be used by the health department to help with the ability for local information to be shared with the medical community.
I got some other questions in the other section. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Diane Bonham,
Pass.
you're good? Okay. And Agnes Marcel,
Non-agenda items.
okay. Okay, I'll close this portion of public comment. We move on to our resolutions. I would like to make a motion that we approve resolutions J1 through J3, 13 by unanimous consent. Second. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Freeholder Hobson?
Thank you, Director. I move with unanimous consent to pass J14 through J19.
Second. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Freeholder O'Connell?
Thank you, Freeholder Director. I ask unanimous consent on item J20.
Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Thank you.
Opposed? All in favor? Abstentions? Okay, at this time, is there any questions from the press? All right, this time I'll take public comments on non-agenda items. We'll move on to public comment on non-agenda items. Once again, would like to note that this is a public comment and your opportunity to provide us with input and feedback. It's not a question and answer forum. Additionally, each speaker may only come up once per public comment portion. I guess Agnes?
Yep. There we go. Give me a second. Got some handouts for you. Not stable, unfortunately. They're cooler. There's 4 in each pack. All right. Agnes Marsala, Chesterfield, New Jersey. I gave a lot of thought to what I want to say to you tonight. See, I'm thankful that the meetings have taken place with representatives from Chesterfield and Northampton. But I have mixed feelings about your stance and the scuttlebutt I'm hearing. And I've read in the Burlington County Times that your new solicitor, Mr. Friedman, might be a bit overwhelmed regarding the pipeline case, and so you've engaged members from the previous solicitor staff to help out. And I find that unacceptable. The people of Burlington County elected 2 Democrats precisely to rid themselves of the Republican agenda, which includes the SRO. we elected a man we knew was arrested for domestic violence. That's how much we didn't want a Republican majority on the board. Now I know you're being pressured by Troy Singleton, Steve Sweeney, and the other Christocrats to cave on these permits. But I beg you to stand up to them and stand up for Burlington County. Now, I brought these printouts of recent posts from New Egypt, Plumstead, Facebook groups. They're closed groups. They tell of shoddy construction, multiple sinkholes, and ill-planned, or more accurately, unplanned road closures and detours. The names are blacked out because people say they're getting harassed and their children bullied when they post on public groups. And we've had other reports of misdeeds and dirty water, but as I said, some people are hesitant to come forward. I don't know why. I don't know what child goes into school and says, my daddy says your daddy is a jerk because you don't want the pipeline. I mean, that just seems ridiculous to me, but people are sensitive about their children. I understand that. But again, I urge you to think about the future of our county as well as the planet and these children. My little boy with his ocean, that ocean's not going to be here when he's my age. It's filled up with plastic right now. You all have children, I'm sure, grandchildren, or at least nieces and nephews. Do you really want to be Nero, burning, fiddling while the planet burns? Or as nihilistic as Troy Singleton, Sweeney, Norcross, and the executives at Heavy Equipment Union 825? Is money in the shoreline any good if it's going to cost us clean water? You can rescind the road closing resolution. Judge Bookbinder's recent decision has given you cover to do that. He thinks the case has merit. So rescind it now. Just do it. You could do it. You could fire Erlen too. But I know you're not going to do that, but you know how I feel about that. Just be bold. Be bold. I urge you, be bold. That's what we want. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Gloria?
I have some handouts. Hi. Good to meet you. Valerie, Tom, Daniel, Felicia.
For the record, please.
My name is Gloria Archambault. I live in Presidential Lake section of Pemberton Township. And I'm here to give my thoughts about the BCC pool closing. I know it's been rehashed. I didn't know that it was rehashed previously until tonight. Several reasons led me to purchase a home here in 2002 after having lived in Marlton, Medford, Tabernacle, Gordon, Voorhees. So I've lived in a lot of other places. One of them is how rural it is in this area. There's lots of wildlife, there's lots of open space, and lots of national parks. The other thing is Burlington County College was nearby. It was still a college in 2002 when I purchased my house, and it gave me a place to send my children for cost-effective and excellent education. And my thoughts were that when I retired, I'd be close to the Burlington County College pool to help keep me fit. I love to swim, and I've been swimming most of my life. I've been swimming for 47 years at the Burlington County College pool. Some of the people in this room aren't even that old. In fact, quite a few people in the room aren't that old. Well, right now the state parks are still here to enjoy. My daughter graduated from Burlington County College in 2003, went on to obtain a bachelor's degree at North Jersey College. She's been teaching at Pemberton Township Regional High School for several years now, and I sub at the same school. Unfortunately, Rowan College deprived the township of its educational center by combining with BCC and then moving its campus to Mount Laurel. a place that many of the youth in this area just can't get to. This basically forces many of our youth to have only one plan after graduation, which is the military. They should have other choices. I don't have any children in the military, so I don't have the thoughts one way or the other. They just need more choices. They need another place to go. I understand the last kick in the teeth for this area is that Rowan College has in its sights to close the entire aquatic center along with the ball field, tennis courts, and so forth. I believe Rowan had this in mind when they combined with BCC. However, that doesn't mean anything at this point. It's just my feeling. It's my opinion. Well, I finally retired in 2015 after a 30-year-plus career as a research lab tech, a career that I loved and was made possible by obtaining my associate's degree at Burlington County College between 1972 and 1975. As a single parent, I was able to provide my children with a good home, healthy food, excellent education, and a thirst to bring better lives to others. I, for one, don't want the BCC pool site to close. I'm only one taxpayer who moved back to this area after I retired. In fact, I moved back before I retired because this is where I wanted to be. At this point in life, I need the pool because I need it for my health. So I guess if it closes, I'll go elsewhere. All of Burlington County, but I'm not the only one that needs the pool. All of Burlington County high schools use the pool for aquatics practice and for their swim meets. Special Olympics people practice and have their meets there. Senior citizens use the pool for exercise and therapy. Other citizens of Burlington County use the pool, the fitness center, grounds, courts, ball fields. People come to Burlington County College to listen to the frogs and the toads, to see the variety of birds and animals that make their home on the campus. And a lot of people use the canoe area in the back, because you can put your canoes and take them out there. In an area with so little for our youth to participate, the pool and grounds are a major plus when it comes to helping to keep our youngsters out of the school to prison pipeline. For those who are not familiar with the Pembroke and Rowan BCC campus, here's a little tiny bit of background. BCC was constructed on land purchased in 1799 by the County Board of Chosen Freeholders. An excellent article in the history was written by Mark S. Thomas and run in the Courier Post on January 16, 2018. The letter detailed that the idea was to meet the socio-economic needs of a severely underserved area of the county. That letter is attached to the back of your paper that I gave you. At that time, the Freeholders had a great idea. I would like to see you, the 2019 Freeholders, come up with a plan that would allow the Rowan BCC campus to remain an active part of our community for now and the future, as this area is still severely underserved. Thank you for your time and permitting me to talk tonight.
Thank you very much. Okay, Lewis, you want to come back up?
Good evening, Frantic on Freeholder, and a comment to saying, your nature walk, you take pictures of your family. We pushed that on Senator Institute for my mom to see. She said she loved it. She showed every picture of the Burlington County parks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, she can't make it today, but she loved the posts. I put that in the book, and she make her day happy to see people walk in our park. And the status of the 541 project, any progress?
I haven't got an update yet, no.
And one asking, the Senator Bridge, are there any progress?
Just still waiting for the new survey to be done.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. Is there anybody who wants, sir?
Good evening, Paul Bracy, 12 Regency Drive, Mount Holly. I'd like to begin by acknowledging an agenda item that was approved in reference to the Occupational Training Center program. You're doing an amazing job, and you're servicing a lot of students that I had the privilege of teaching, and I commend you. I also would like to thank the Freeholder Director for the courtesy you've extended in regard to Doty's Way Youth at Risk program, which you and I both know will make a profound difference once we get it to where it needs to be. And I'd also like to address something that occurred during discussion concerning a 10-year homeless plan. Historically, when Garfield DeMarco chaired the Burlington County Republican Party, he allowed his administrators to run the county. He allowed his superintendents to run Burlington County College, and Burlington County Special Services, and Burlington County Institute of Technology. That radically changed when Glenn Polson became the county chair, and pay to play and other games started surfacing in the county of Burlington, unfortunately. The 10-year plan was dead in the water before it even became a reality. And the reason was the county administrators are limited. They were limited in terms of the scope and sequence of the program. So to try and hold the county administrators accountable for deficiencies in the program is not a fair form of criticism. They were only doing what they were so directed to do. That wasn't the way it used to be. When county freeholders were servants of the people, they weren't instructed by the county chair, the party in power, as to how you should conduct your business. Hopefully, through this election, we'll get back to serving the needs of the people and not adhering to the party. In regard to Doty's Way Youth at Risk program, and I agree with you, Tom, I would like to see it in Burlington City this summer. It's not possible. You've had a chance to review some of the information I've submitted. I look forward to a follow-up meeting with you and Charlene.
Yep.
However, there is a way of doing it this summer. As you also know, in Burlington County, we have a few communities where there's a high rate of drug and gang-related activity. Many of those targeted students, and I know this, I had the privilege of working in the district, attend Burlington County Special Services School District's extended school year program. I ran the recreational therapy program for a number of years there. My idea is simply this, and I shared information with the principal from BCIT, and I shared information with the athletic director from Maricopa Valley. There's absolutely no reason why we cannot tap youth 8 to 12 that are already attending Burlington County Special Services Extended School Year program that reside in Willingboro, Browns Mills, Pemberton, Mount Holly, Beverly, and Palmyra. Those are our hardcore areas where we need to address the issues of gang-related and drug-related activity. It's not a discussion, it's a reality. And the way this can work is by utilizing these students that are already enrolled, will be enrolled in the extended school year program, and 4 wrestlers from BCIT as part of their summer work study program, and 4 wrestlers from the Rancocas Valley women's wrestling team, the only women's wrestling team in Burlington County, that also had a New Jersey State champion, interestingly enough, to work with the program. Now, my time would be gratis. I would not accept 1 penny for running the program. And this program could run the same way I ran my therapeutic recreation program, in that when you come through the extended school year, you have like a homeroom period. That homeroom period could be designated for, and I'll finish up, for these targeted youth that are at risk, 8 to 12, consistent with the guidelines of Doty's Way Youth at Risk program, that are already attending the school. We would have youth wrestlers working with them. BCIT could compensate their students through the work-study program. Rancocas Valley Regional High School, I'll talk to the AD about the possibility of a gratis, but we're talking about 4 wrestlers at $10 an hour. Now that is certainly within the realm. So what I'm requesting is that you allow me to meet with whomever you have designated as the freeholder that oversees BCIT, Burlington County Special Services, and collectively we could set up a meeting within a week.
You can coordinate that with Mr. Nicholas.
Sir, I'm not done talking yet.
Your time is up.
And I'm trying
I just wanted to finish my
It's
thought.
okay, he can finish, go ahead.
I just wanted to finish my thought, and I apologize for going beyond the 5 minutes.
It's all right, go ahead.
There's no reason why I can't meet with the freeholder that oversees those 2 schools, the principal from BCIT, Dr. Nagy, and whomever runs the extended school year program, and map this out. See, what we're doing is we're doing what we've talked about, Tom, but we're also doing it now instead of waiting until we can go beyond. But we're working with the same target-based population that we need to address through our proactive program. So what I'm hoping is you could get back to me, and we could do this soon.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, what I want to tell you is we've already communicated with Burlington. Burlington told me to wait until after Memorial Day. We're setting the date up to go down and speak. Charlene and I have already talked. Okay, she was going to reach out to you next week. And just get with our PIO director right now. And we'll set up, Nick, and we'll set up what you're talking about for BCIT and the other school, okay?
I want to thank you for what I see as a new vision and a new way.
No problem. Thanks, Paul. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Diane Bynum, 9 Haynes Avenue, Medford. I've been a Burlington County resident for 69 years, and I'm scared. I'm scared. My grandkids and my
I'm sorry,
children.
you said you're what?
I am scared.
Scared, okay.
My grandchildren and my children live in Burlington County. They chose this as their home, and they are scared. The reason we are scared is we fear for our water and our air from opposing pipelines. I urge you, do not open the roads for this pipeline to come into our area. It's dangerous, and it's not necessary at all. We need you to be strong. We need you to protect us. We need to not be scared to live in our home. It's been our home for so many years. Please do the right thing and reject the Southern Reliability link. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Freeholders. Ryan Grant, Highlands Preservation Alliance. Thanks for the opportunity to talk to you tonight. I would also like to thank the Freeholders in the county for meeting with Chesterfield and North Hanover, as well as your role in having Commissioner Rick Prickett be assigned as the new chair at the Highlands Commission. Commissioner Prickett has immense knowledge and experience, and we think he'll be a great choice for leadership of the Highlands Commission moving forward. Regarding the Southern Reliability Link pipeline, just as a quick reminder, Highlands Preservation Alliance's opposition to the pipeline is based on the fact that it violates the Comprehensive Management Plan, which are the set of the rules that govern the pipeline. In that, is not associated with the function of the joint base, McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst. In response to a BPU order and through their attorneys, New Jersey Natural Gas admitted as much, that the joint base will not be tying into the SRL. Additionally, it puts the Kirkwood-Cohansey Aquifer at risk. This is 17 trillion gallons of pristine water from which we all get our irrigation and drinking water. And the Joint Base has 2 Superfund sites on it that could potentially contaminate the Kirkwood-Cohansey. The pipeline is not needed. New Jersey Natural Gas went through the entire approval process without ever having to demonstrate need. And alternatively, independent experts have demonstrated that the pipeline is not needed for reliable service. New Jersey Natural Gas has already petitioned the BPU for rate increases for the SRL. So this is going to be a very expensive endeavor for the ratepayers. And of course, it puts at risk the health and safety of Burlington County residents, as well as valuable ecosystems and wildlife within the Pinelands. Additionally, the SRL is out of step with New Jersey's goals for the future. Governor Murphy has already set a goal of 100% clean energy by 2050, and just earlier this week, Senate Bill 3681 passed out of committee, which would require 100% carbon-free energy by 2050, which of course excludes natural gas. The South Jersey gas pipeline, just a couple of months ago, you may have heard the other Pinelands pipeline, was defeated when the BL England plant, which was a coal plant, only operating for the past several years during peak times, pulled out of the project. They were to be converted to natural gas, but the owners of the plant saw the writing on the wall. They see the future. They pulled out of the project. Now that site is being eyed up for wind, a site for wind power. This is the way the world is going, towards clean, renewable energy, and there's no place in that future for natural gas. Yes, the SRL received state approvals, but the state isn't infallible, nor is it the only approver in the process. The SRL was approved by a Pinelands Commission that had been stacked with yes votes amidst ethical issues and in violation of the Comprehensive Management Plan. BPU approvals are subject to all local approvals and permits, and it's stated right there in BPU's order. Fossil fuels are of the past. Burlington County residents look to you to make the future safe and secure, and to reject the SRL pipeline. Thank you.
Jane France, Bordentown City. I'd like to second what Ryan just said and what Agnes said. Please rescind the road closing permit issued in 2018. We were all here for that meeting. I sent you all an article from State Impact Pennsylvania yesterday. I hope you've had a chance to see it. It was a very scary article about when pipelines are put into areas that should not have pipelines, where there's rumbling in the ground, where there's shifting soils. I've been down to Ocean County and seen what is going on there, and it is not good. I can't imagine how engineers have permitted that. At Fisher Road or further down in Manchester, it's a nightmare. My last comment is to please support Governor Murphy, who's finally starting to show his support for fossil fuel moratoriums. Our health and safety, your constituents, should be first in mind when you're making these decisions. Thank you.
Hey, Ray Ostrowski, North Hanover Township. Make this short and sweet. You've all been, hold your positions, you've been in office as freeholders for a while now. And since you've taken office, the one thing we've asked from the get-go is that you rescind the road closure permits. Why hasn't that happened yet?
I don't have to answer you right.
Am I missed something on that? I haven't been to all these meetings, but it hasn't been rescinded yet. You have an opportunity to show us that you have concern for us by doing that. I hope to see that happen. That's the gist of my comments, so I hope to see that happen. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have anybody else left on the list. Is there anybody that would still like to speak? Okay. Hearing none, I'll close this portion of the public session. and we'll move on to comments by freeholders. Freeholder O'Connell.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to thank all of you for coming out to the meeting tonight and sharing your opinions and your views with us. I know I not only speak for myself, but we all appreciate you folks taking the time to let us know your feelings and your thoughts about issues that are important to us here in Burlington County. Today's the 22nd of May, and this will mark my 25th meeting or event of the month. So we keep going to as many of these as we can. I find it very interesting and very informative for myself. And as we're approaching the Memorial Day holiday, I'd just like to highlight a couple of the meetings that I've had an occasion to go to. On May 11th, the Freeholder Director Pullian and Deputy Director Singh and I attended a deployment ceremony out at the Joint Base. It was a group from New York State, and they were on their way to being deployed to, I believe it was Iraq. On May 14th, we met with the different commanders at the base. They do this on a quarterly basis to let us know what's on their mind, what kind of plans they have. It's kind of a partnership program, and I found it to be very informative. This was the second one I've attended since becoming Freeholder. Colonel Richardson, who was the overall base commander, this was his last meeting, and he's being transferred. He's a wonderful gentleman, as are all the other base commanders that I've had the occasion to meet. Last week on May 16th, I had occasion to testify before the State Senate Military and Veterans Affairs Committee. Chairman Senator Gopal invited the freeholders to come before them to share our thoughts on infrastructure needs that might be important in the area of the Joint Base. Along with myself, there was a representative there from Congressman Andy Kim's office, as well as State Senator Troy Singleton. On May 21st, along with Deputy Director Singh, I attended a program at Rowan College at Burlington County last night, where they honored high school students that are enlisting in the military. And you know, I mentioned Colonel Richardson, the overall base commander at the Joint Base. When I met him in January, we were talking about the military today. And he was saying anyone that joins the military right now, anybody, is going to war. And that's something that's going to stick with me for a pretty long time. He said they're either going to be going to the Middle East or they're going to be going to Afghanistan. And to see these young men and women stepping up as a high school student, I know when I was in high school, that wasn't something that entered my mind. I have a lot of pride and appreciation for that. And then tomorrow, I'll be out at the Joint Base again, participating in a parade of wreaths that'll be presented by different groups, and I'm happy to say that on behalf of the Freeholder Board, we'll be presenting a wreath on behalf of the residents of Burlington County. And I guess I bring all this up because as we head into Memorial Day, it's kind of the unofficial start of summer. There'll be barbecues and pool outings and a lot of different occasions, but Memorial Day is a kind of a different holiday. It's a holiday where we honor people that have made the ultimate sacrifice. So I hope sometime over the weekend, while you're enjoying yourself, because I'm sure the veterans, both those that are living and those that are no longer with us, that's what they want, that's what they would want us to do, to enjoy ourselves. But just pause for a moment and remember these people, many of whom made the ultimate sacrifice for our liberty and for our way of life. That's my report for tonight, Mr. Freeholder.
Thank you. Freeholder Hobson.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I just want to remind everyone about the Women's Awards Banquet that's going to be held on Tuesday, June 11th. If you haven't already, please get your tickets and please consider joining us. We'll be having a small business forum, resources for growing your business. That's going to be held on Wednesday, June 5th at RCBC from 9 to 11. So if you know of anyone or if you're thinking about starting your own business, please consider joining us for that. I hope everyone enjoys the long weekend. Thank you so much for joining us again. Everyone get home safely.
Thank you. Freeholders City.
Thank you, Director. First of all, our farmers market opened up on May 11th. I was not able to make it, but I heard it was a great turnout there. So if anybody has time on Saturdays, you want to shop locally, that would be a place to be. I know I have to buy honey from there. That's what my wife told me as soon as she heard this back open. RCBC graduation, that was a very great experience for me attending as an elected in the county and talking to students and how they have benefited from the 3+1 program in terms of the financial savings and the proximity in terms of not being able to have to go to Rowan and Glassboro for 2 years. That was really nice to hear back how they have benefited from that 3+1 partnership that we have. We also attended an Iftar dinner for a mosque in Williamsboro. That was part of their event, the ceremony ending the Ramadan day, the fasting for the day. That was the first time for me being in a formal dinner in a mosque, and I think all of us, Freeholder Khan was there, Freeholder Pulliam was there. We felt really at place, the messaging they had, and learning about the Ramadan, the holiday itself, and what fasting means to them. Not just waiting to eat food at the end of the day, but just fasting for some bigger cause and taking a break from the luxuries of the daily things. And that was a very nice experience for us. I had quite some time going to our parks, Amico Island. My kids loved it. There was nothing built there for them to do, but just the dirt and water and just wildlife around. They enjoyed every bit of it. I just wish I knew that when I was growing up about that particular the opening toward the Delaware River there, that I could go there and hang out. That's the best place to go if anybody wants to find have a time in your schedule. Take the kids there. Smithville Park event was awesome. Of course, a lot of free programming there, and my kids really enjoyed it. The reason I know Louis mentioned too, I post about the parks because I think growing up myself, maybe it's because of technology and the parents' availability, I didn't know we had this much to offer in the county. And our parks are really awesome, and the activities that our kids can enjoy, I think it's just really, it depends on parents' schedule, but I don't have enough time, but my kids will be at all the parks daily. The last thing I would mention, the Williamsboro Lakes presentation yesterday, joined by Mary Pat and Scott Taylor from the Taylor Design Group. We're investing over $2 million to develop the Williamsboro Lakes Park that has been shelved for almost a decade or so, and back and forth. We will be putting forth for bid, and then eventually, hopefully by spring next year, that park will become a nice destination for fishing and family events also. All right, in closing, last thing I would just mention is that on Memorial Day, the deployment ceremony, Freeholder County mentioned that was a very moving experience, very humbling to see young men and women go into, we know it in the danger zone, and now the Memorial Day is coming up, and thinking back, it's even more, like this is the day we celebrate those who serve in armed forces. I think one of the generals there mentioned, all gave some, but some gave all. I think seeing these young people being deployed just now, and then Memorial Day coming up, is going to have a special meaning to me. Seeing them firsthand, saying goodbye to their families. That was a very nice ceremony, and I'm glad I was able to attend and be part of it. Thank you, Director.
Thank you. Well, they've all told you the places that I went with them, so there's no sense in me going back over it. But one thing I want to say is I'm very humbled and proud to be with this group on the Freeholder Board. I hope, if you haven't seen by now, we've taken we made a very decided effort to split up and go to as many events as we possibly can, because we want to show people that we do care, number one, and we want you, the employees of Burlington County, to know that you just don't have somebody sitting in a seat. You have people that have taken this role seriously, and really want to make a difference in the lives of the residents in Burlington County. And I'm very proud to serve with these people because, you know, we do have day jobs. And I make it a joke that sometimes I feel like I'm passing myself on Route 130 for as many events as we have to go to. With regard to Memorial Day, I always think about the fact that there are men and women that never came back to this country. They never got a chance to be with their families again, and a lot of them are buried overseas. And I often think that maybe their families have never had an opportunity to even visit their gravesite. So in light of what Freeholder O'Connell said, when we're out there having our beer and our hot dogs and hamburgers, let's take a moment to remember that the reason we're able to do that is because they're in the ground and they're over there. And all the service that people have given to this country, I really appreciate it. It's very, very nice to know you put your head down on a pillow at night, and it's because of these people that we're able to do that. Once again, thanks so much to all the directors for what you do every day. This county runs because you keep it running for us, and we're very appreciative of everything you do. Thanks for coming out. Thanks to the public for your staying on top of us. I know that it's frustrating again for some of you because we don't make comments on things, and once again I have to say that there are some legalities and legal issues that restrain us from making comments, and I hope you accept that. Tonight, thank you all for coming. Be safe going home, and have a nice, happy Memorial Day. Take a motion for adjournment.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.